Why do people in Japan live so long, stay so active, and look so healthy, even into their 70s, 80s, and 90s? While many countries struggle with obesity, heart disease, and diabetes, Japan often seems like it's playing a different game. In fact, Japan has one of the highest life expectancies in the world, and its people often enjoy not just long lives, but long, healthy lives. What's the secret? Let's find out. Chapter 1: Food as Medicine. In Japan, food is seen almost like daily medicine, something that nourishes the body and prevents sickness long before a doctor is ever needed. A typical meal is not one big plate, but several small dishes, each offering a different benefit. A bowl of miso soup provides probiotics for gut health, while grilled fish delivers omega-3s that keep the heart strong. Fresh vegetables, often seasonal and lightly cooked, bring vitamins and fiber without losing their natural flavor. Even pickles, called tsukemono, are more than side dishes. They help balance digestion and add a refreshing taste. Rice, eaten in modest amounts, gives steady energy without the sugar spikes common in bread or processed foods. Meals are also designed to look beautiful, with colors and textures carefully chosen to create balance for the eyes as well as the stomach. This approach encourages mindful eating, slowly enjoying food instead of rushing. The result is a diet that is naturally low in processed fats and sugars, but rich in nutrients, variety, and freshness. Over time, these everyday choices protect against obesity, heart disease, and diabetes, making food as medicine one of the strongest pillars of Japan's remarkable health. Chapter 2: Portion Control Without Dieting. In Japan, staying slim doesn't come from strict diets or endless calorie tracking. It comes from a natural sense of moderation. Meals are usually served in small bowls and plates, which automatically encourage people to eat less without feeling deprived. Instead of giant portions piled high on one dish, you'll often see a tray with several tiny servings. A little rice, a piece of fish, a small bowl of vegetables, and a cup of soup. This creates variety while keeping the total quantity modest. At the heart of this practice is the Okinawan saying, "Hara hachi bu." Stop eating when you feel about 80% full. It's not about denying yourself, it's about listening to your body. By slowing down and savoring food, people give their stomach time to signal fullness before it's too late. Over years, this habit reduces strain on the body, lowers the risk of obesity, and protects against illnesses linked to overeating. It's a quiet, powerful rule woven into daily life, one that turns every meal into a gentle form of self-care, rather than a struggle with willpower. Chapter 3: Movement in Daily Life. In Japan, exercise isn't something that has to be scheduled into a busy day. It's woven naturally into everyday routines. Streets are compact, sidewalks are safe, and public transportation is designed so people must walk, climb stairs, or cycle to get around. Instead of relying on cars for every small trip, most people walk to train stations, carry groceries home, or ride bicycles through quiet neighborhoods. This constant stream of small movements adds up to a powerful form of fitness. What's remarkable is how active older generations remain. Many seniors still garden, tend to small farms, or stroll to local markets each morning. Community activities like Ragio Taiso, a simple group exercise broadcast on radio and television, are popular with people of all ages, especially elders who gather in parks to stretch and move together. This steady rhythm of light physical activity strengthens the heart, improves balance, and keeps muscles and joints flexible well into old age. Rather than depending on gyms or high-intensity workouts, Japanese people benefit from a culture where movement is part of life itself, ensuring health without the pressure of exercise as a chore. Chapter 4: A Respect for Nature and Seasons. In Japan, health is not only about what people eat, but also about how closely they live in harmony with nature's cycles. Seasonal eating is a tradition deeply rooted in culture. In spring, meals often feature tender bamboo shoots and fresh greens. Summer brings light, cooling dishes like chilled noodles or watermelon to beat the heat. Autumn offers mushrooms, chestnuts, and persimmons, while winter centers on hot pots and miso soups that warm the body. This seasonal rotation ensures diets remain balanced, nutrient-rich, and naturally varied, without depending on artificial preservatives or chemicals. The respect for nature goes beyond the table. Parks, rivers, forests, and mountains are not just scenery, they are part of daily life. People gather under cherry blossoms in spring for hanami, take slow walks to admire autumn's red leaves, and visit shrines surrounded by ancient trees. These traditions encourage outdoor time, relaxation, and a break from stress. By slowing down to appreciate each season, the Japanese not only nourish their bodies but also calm their minds. This deep bond with nature supports both physical and emotional well-being, making health a way of life rather than a chore. Chapter 5. The Power of Green Tea. Green tea is more than just a drink in Japan. It's a daily ritual that quietly shapes long-term health. Unlike sugary sodas or calorie-heavy lattes, green tea is light, refreshing, and packed with antioxidants called catechins. These natural compounds fight cell damage, slow down aging, and help protect against chronic diseases like heart problems and cancer. Scientific studies have shown that green tea can lower cholesterol levels, improve blood circulation, and even sharpen memory and focus, making it a true brain and body tonic. What makes it powerful is not just its nutrients, but its consistency. People in Japan don't treat green tea as a health fad. They sip it with meals, at work, and during breaks every single day. Over the years, this steady habit builds resilience in the body. Even the act of preparing tea carries a calming effect, promoting mindfulness and reducing stress. Whether enjoyed in a formal tea ceremony or simply poured from a pot at the dinner table, green tea is both cultural and medicinal. It's a small choice repeated thousands of times that adds up to one of Japan's quiet health secrets. Chapter 6. Community and Connection. In Japan, health is seen not just as an individual matter, but something deeply tied to community. Across towns and villages, people connect through neighborhood markets, seasonal festivals, and even simple routines like group morning stretches in local parks. These shared moments create a rhythm of belonging that keeps people socially engaged and emotionally supported. For the elderly, this is especially powerful. In many cultures, aging can mean isolation, but in Japan, elders are woven into daily life. Neighbors check in, family ties remain strong, and older people are respected for their wisdom and experience. Community clubs, hobby groups, and even walking circles give them reasons to stay active and connected. This support network reduces loneliness, lowers stress, and helps protect mental health, which in turn strengthens the body. Researchers often point to social capital as one of the keys to longevity, and Japan's emphasis on connection shows why. When people feel valued, seen, and part of something larger, they live not just longer but happier lives. In this way, community itself becomes medicine, an invisible but powerful force that keeps Japan healthier than much of the world. Chapter 7. A Culture of Cleanliness. Cleanliness in Japan is more than a habit. It's a cultural value that touches every part of life. Streets and public spaces are remarkably tidy, not because of strict laws, but because people take personal responsibility for keeping their environment clean. Schools even teach children to sweep classrooms and clean bathrooms, instilling respect for hygiene from a young age. At home, daily bathing is a ritual that goes beyond washing away dirt. The traditional evening soak in a hot bath, or ofuro, is seen as a way to relax, purify, and restore both body and mind. Shoes are always removed before entering the house, keeping living spaces fresh and free from outside germs. Even small details, like carrying handkerchiefs for drying hands after washing, show how deeply cleanliness is built into everyday routines. This attention to hygiene has a direct impact on health. Regular hand washing, bathing, and keeping spaces uncluttered reduce the spread of illness and create a calming, orderly environment. On a deeper level, it reflects respect, caring for one's own body while also protecting others. In Japan, cleanliness is not just about staying healthy, it's about living with dignity, harmony, and peace of mind. Chapter 8. Healthcare and Prevention. Healthcare in Japan is built on the idea that prevention is better than cure. The system encourages people to see doctors regularly, not only when something feels wrong. Annual health checkups, workplace screenings, and school examinations are all standard, helping detect issues like high blood pressure, diabetes, or cancer in their earliest stages. By catching problems early, doctors can treat them with less invasive methods, preventing long-term complications. Another strength is accessibility. Japan's universal healthcare system ensures that medical visits are affordable, so people don't hesitate to seek help. Pharmacies are widespread, and doctors often emphasize lifestyle adjustments like diet, exercise, or stress management, alongside medication. This combination of medical care and practical advice helps people stay on track with their health before conditions worsen. The cultural mindset also plays a role. Many Japanese people view regular checkups as a responsibility, not a burden. This proactive attitude means fewer medical emergencies, longer lifespans, and higher quality of life. In short, Japan's healthcare doesn't just heal the sick, it actively protects the healthy, ensuring that wellness is maintained year after year. Chapter 9. Less processed food, more homemade in Japan. The kitchen remains the heart of healthy living. Unlike in many countries where processed and packaged foods dominate, Japanese households still prioritize fresh, homemade meals. A typical dinner might include grilled fish, steamed rice, miso soup, and lightly seasoned vegetables. Simple dishes that highlight natural flavors without heavy oils or artificial additives. Even snacks often lean toward roasted chestnuts, rice crackers, or fresh fruit instead of sugary desserts and chips. Schools carry this same philosophy. Japanese children are served hot, balanced lunches prepared on site, featuring local produce, seasonal vegetables, and fresh proteins. These meals are designed not only for nutrition, but also to teach lifelong healthy eating habits. Because processed snacks and sodas are less common, children grow up with taste preferences that favor lighter, fresher foods. This emphasis on cooking from scratch means people control what goes into their meals. Less salt, sugar, and fat, and more vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Over time, this reduces the risk of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease that often come with processed diets. By valuing homemade food, Japan preserves both tradition and health, making every meal a step toward longevity. Chapter 10. The work ethic and discipline. Discipline in Japan isn't only about work, it flows into daily habits that directly support health. From childhood, children are taught to follow routines, meals at regular times, balanced portions, and mindful eating rather than rushing. School lunches are eaten together in an orderly way, with students even serving each other, creating respect for food and healthy habits early on. Adults carry this same sense of order into their lives. Many maintain consistent sleep schedules, practice portion control, and stay committed to cleanliness and exercise without needing reminders. Even practices like punctuality and respect for time reduce stress because routines run smoothly and predictably. Of course, overwork can bring challenges, but the same cultural discipline that fuels Japan's strong work ethic also supports balance. People honor traditions like the evening bath, family meals, or morning stretches, which serve as anchors for physical and mental health. This steady rhythm creates stability, lowers stress, and protects the body from the wear and tear of chaotic living. In Japan, discipline isn't just about productivity. It's about living with care, order, and respect for one's own well-being. Chapter 11. The role of fish and seaweed. The ocean has shaped Japan's diet for centuries, and its bounty remains one of the strongest pillars of national health. Fish is a staple at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, served raw as sushi or sashimi, lightly grilled with salt, or simmered in broth. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids, fish supports heart health, reduces inflammation, and protects the brain against age-related decline. This regular intake of healthy fats is one reason Japan has some of the lowest rates of heart disease in the world. Seaweed is another quiet superfood in the Japanese diet. Found in soups, salads, rice balls, and even snacks, varieties like nori, wakame, and kombu are packed with iodine, calcium, magnesium, and iron. These minerals strengthen bones, regulate thyroid function, and support the immune system. Seaweed is also naturally low in calories, yet high in fiber, helping digestion and weight control. Together, fish and seaweed provide a powerful 1-2 punch of nutrition, offering lean protein, essential fats, and minerals in a natural, delicious form. By making the ocean part of daily meals, Japan gains health benefits that modern supplements try to imitate, but few cultures practice as consistently. Chapter 12. Less sugar, less junk. In Japan, sweetness is treated as a gentle accent rather than the main event. Traditional desserts, known as wagashi, are often small, colorful creations made with rice flour, red bean paste, chestnuts, or seasonal fruits. Instead of being overloaded with refined sugar, these treats highlight natural flavors and are usually enjoyed in moderation alongside green tea, which balances the sweetness. Even modern snacks tend to be lighter, portions are smaller, and packaging often encourages controlled servings rather than oversized indulgence. Sugary sodas and heavy cream-based desserts are less common in daily life, reserved more for special occasions than for everyday consumption. This cultural restraint around sugar keeps blood sugar levels steady and reduces risks of obesity, diabetes, and tooth decay, which are far more common in countries where sugar is a daily staple. By keeping sweetness subtle and portioned, the Japanese enjoy desserts without the negative health impact. It's not about complete avoidance, but about balance, finding joy in small, beautiful bites rather than oversized indulgence. This quiet approach to sugar is one of the hidden foundations behind Japan's reputation for health and longevity. Chapter 13: Aging Gracefully. In Japan, aging is not viewed as decline, but as a stage of life with dignity, wisdom, and purpose. Elders are respected as carriers of tradition and knowledge, often playing active roles in their families and communities. Rather than being sidelined, many continue to care for grandchildren, volunteer in local groups, or cultivate gardens that keep them physically and mentally engaged. This cultural respect fosters a sense of purpose that psychologists call ikigai, a reason to wake up each morning. Whether it's tending a garden, practicing calligraphy, or joining community dance or sports, older adults stay connected and active well into their later years. This activity supports muscle strength, balance, and mental sharpness, reducing the risks of isolation and depression that often harm health elsewhere. The environment also supports aging gracefully. Public spaces are safe, healthcare is accessible, and diets are light and nourishing, helping elders maintain independence longer. By celebrating age rather than fearing it, Japan turns longevity into more than just extra years. It becomes extra years filled with meaning, movement, and joy. This mindset is one of the most powerful secrets behind their long, healthy lives. Chapter 14: Mental Health Through Simplicity. In Japan, simplicity is more than an aesthetic, it's a way of protecting mental health. Homes are often uncluttered, with clean lines and minimal decoration, creating a sense of calm rather than chaos. Meals follow the same philosophy. A few fresh dishes arranged beautifully instead of heavy, complicated spreads. This deliberate simplicity reduces decision fatigue, lowers stress, and allows people to focus on balance in daily life. Small practices also anchor emotional well-being. The tea ceremony, for example, isn't just about drinking tea, it's about slowing down, breathing, and appreciating the moment. Traditional arts like calligraphy, flower arranging, or even tending a bonsai tree encourage mindfulness and patience. These quiet rituals act as daily pauses, giving the mind space to rest. By prioritizing simplicity, people naturally reduce one of the greatest threats to health: chronic stress. Less stress means lower blood pressure, better heart health, and a stronger immune system. It also supports clearer thinking and emotional stability. In this way, Japan shows that health isn't just about what you eat or how much you move, it's also about creating a lifestyle that keeps the mind peaceful and resilient. Chapter 15: The Okinawan Secret. Okinawa, often called the Land of Immortals, has one of the highest concentrations of centenarians in the world. What makes their longevity extraordinary is not just reaching 100 years, but doing so with vitality. Elders often remain active, working in gardens, cooking, or participating in community life well into old age. Their diet plays a central role. Colorful vegetables like sweet potatoes, tofu, seaweed, and fish form the base, while meat and processed foods are eaten sparingly. Combined with the practice of harahachi-bu, stopping at 80% fullness, this keeps their bodies lean and strong. Equally important is their social fabric. Okinawans live in tight-knit communities where neighbors support one another and loneliness is rare. Festivals, group dances, and shared meals strengthen these bonds. At the heart of it all is ikigai, a personal sense of purpose. For some, it's family. For others, it's a craft, a garden, or a role in the community. This daily sense of meaning keeps spirits high and minds sharp. The Okinawan way shows that true health is not one single habit, but a balanced blend of nourishment, movement, connection, and purpose, a living blueprint for long, happy lives. Conclusion: the real secret. Japan's secret to health is not found in one rule or diet. It's woven into the rhythm of daily life. From the way meals are prepared and portions are served, to the respect for seasons, movement, and community, everything works together like a quiet orchestra. The result isn't just long life, but long life lived with energy, dignity, and joy. Their culture shows that health doesn't need to feel like a battle. It's not about strict dieting, exhausting workouts, or expensive supplements. Instead, it's about building small, consistent habits, drinking tea instead of soda, walking to the market instead of driving, enjoying seasonal vegetables, or simply eating until you're satisfied, not stuffed. The Japanese remind us that health is not a destination, but a lifestyle. By choosing simplicity, balance, and connection, they've created a culture where wellness happens almost effortlessly. And maybe that's the real secret. Health isn't something to chase, but something to live every day. So which of these timeless lessons speaks to you most? Could your own life feel lighter, calmer, and stronger if you tried even one of them? Sometimes one small change is the start of something extraordinary.